lot to do and I'm feeling a little stressed. A planning and goal setting membership called Plans to Progress Lounge, and I am so excited to share about it with you all. In this video, we're gonna do a little vlog style, and I'm gonna take you behind the scenes of how I set up the membership, how I am running it, and why I created something like this. Also, I just realized that there is my giant ass Heinz ketchup bottle over there. Maybe I should like clean up my space before I actually turn on the camera to record. Make sure to stay until the end of this video to receive a cheeky little discount code for being part of the YouTube family to join the Plans to Progress Lounge if you are interested in joining. Cue the footage of me setting up the Plans to Progress Lounge. Good morning. We have so much to do today before the launch of Plans to Progress Lounge, and all I have right now is the sales page and the waitlist setup, but I need to prep all of the things on the back end as well as the marketing materials. So let me see. Today, here's what we need to do today. I'm gonna try and get everything done. So we are like sprinting on this because I really wanna make sure that I just have all the back end stuff done so that then I can focus on like the sales content, because I've been a little kind of like flaky on that because I was just doing my birthday stuff. I need to create 2 Thrive Cart payments. I need to create the Heartbeat community. That's the community platform that I'm going to be using. I need to prep the launch content. I'm filming this launch vlog and then start sharing on Instagram stories to get people onto the waitlist and excited about the launch. And then what else do I need to do? Oh, I want to reach out to past clients who I think would be a great fit for this membership. So I want to offer them kind of like a special discount. And yeah, I was really excited about this launch. Now I'm feeling a little stressed because we're supposed to be launching the entire thing on Monday, the 24th. Today it is Tuesday, the 18th. So what can we do? Are we going to be able to do this? I think so. Let me just make another list of even like breaking down the larger like steps that I need to do. So there's just a lot to do and I'm feeling a little stressed. Let's just get started on this. Let's knock it out. Throughout this, I'll be checking in with you all. So, you know, we can keep each other accountable and check in on progress. Yeah, I would say first things first, let's make this list. Okay, coming in for a little check-in. Here is the list that I wrote out of everything that I need to get done today. We have Thrive Cart, which is the cart system or the checkout page, past client invite information, Heartbeat community, and then the launch content. I think we have been working for about an hour. We, as in me, I've been working for about an hour, and we got the Thrive Cart stuff done. So I set up the quarterly and yearly payment option. I have a graphic for the actual checkout page. It's a pretty simple one. And then I wrote out a product description and I've set up affiliate links so affiliate partners can actually share about it and receive commission. I checked with one of my friends who is our affiliate partner to see if they have the option to actually create the affiliate link, because I don't know if I actually did it right. So yeah. And then what I'm working on now is the past client invite. So I created a discount code for past clients if they want to join the Plans to Progress Lounge, especially the clients that have been in a similar container, but that one was specifically focused on marketing and business. And then what I'm going to be doing now is drafting that email to invite folks, because I think I'm going to send it out tomorrow with the early bird discount. And then this might have to be after lunch, but I am going to set up the Heartbeat community. And then I think actually in between all of that, I am hopping onto Instagram and seeing if I can get some like market research on specific launch content that I think people are looking for and kind of doing like polls and stuff. So yeah, but anyways, let's get back to writing this email. I think by the end of today, we may have all of this launch stuff prepped, and then we just go into launch mode next week. Yay! Email invite drafted for past clients, and now the big task of the day, aside from the launch content that I want to plan and actually make to share on Instagram, maybe LinkedIn, and also filming content for YouTube. When I speak this out loud, sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a lot. I probably should have started sooner, but we're working with what we have here. Usually with launch preps and stuff, I have like 2 weeks of prep before the actual like launch. So I have like pre-launch, launch, post-launch, and for the pre-launch content that's 2 weeks before launch, I usually prep that 2 weeks prior. I hope that made sense. That was like a lot of numbers. But anyways, we are working on prepping the membership platform. So I want to figure out like the specific channels for where people can drop questions and where they can find specific types of information, so everything is organized. So we're gonna map this out, and then I have to map out the actual onboarding. So for me, that's really important because I want people to have like a really good experience as soon as they sign up for the lounge. And I know an onboarding experience really helps that, especially when it comes to memberships. There's a lot of like prep work that goes behind a launch. I feel like most of the time people always think that a launch is just like, woo, opening the doors and yay, time to sell, which it is because that's the launch part. But really like all of the prep work that goes into the back to make sure that the launch is smooth, not only from a sales perspective, but really to like onboard so that when people purchase, because the sale doesn't just stop at like the checkout page when somebody puts in their credit card information. For me, I really want the experience to be really great. So that means that I want to prep all of the onboarding materials for folks so that they have a really great experience throughout their entire time in this lounge. Honestly, like buying the platform is like the last step because I want to have all of the materials prepped beforehand and done. So once I buy the platform, all I need to do is plug and play everything, as in like copy paste like descriptions, put in graphics, and it's all easy and ready to go. All right, so let's get planning for the planning. Wow, super meta. Here's a leftover cookie from my birthday from this local bakery called El Hornito Rico. These cookies are so good. It's a little hard now, but I think it'll still be good. So we're just gonna have a little sweet treat while I work on the rest of the membership. Okay, so I have been mapping out how I want the membership to look with like the channels and the hubs and stuff, and then I was just writing out like what I want the onboarding process to look like. I think my biggest question is how to organize the community forum. So I have like 2 ideas. This is basically like the community discussion forum where people can share experiences, questions, feedback, random things that they find, resources, tools, and I am trying to decide if it's better to organize the community forum by categories: productivity, planning, organization, mindset, confidence, journaling. So those specifically like the 5 categories, and then within that it can branch off into like different topics and more like concrete things. Or if I should organize the community forum by topics. So this could be topics and specific things that people are working towards in their goals. So it could be like career, travel, relationships, family, what else do I have here? Business and marketing, hobbies, sports and exercise, life admin, things like that. So I'm not totally sure. I can see like the benefit of both. I think the idea of the categories more than the topics. Then I'm worried that the topics could be like too general and then people have to sift through too many like pieces of information or threads. And then I'm worried that if I stick to the topics, then it will be too rigid and too specific. So then information will be siloed and then you can't find the information that could apply to you, even if you're not talking about that specific topic. So thinking that out loud, I might go with categories, and then maybe I'm going to see if I can set this up in Heartbeat. If I can have like the categories as the general like discussion thread, and then within that we could do tags for specific topics. I don't know if that's asking for too much for a platform to do, because that's like how my brain would categorize it, but let's see. I think we are good with this. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to try and like write stuff out. I feel like I'm making this product much bigger than it needs to be, especially as like a founding member, but I feel like I want something very, I don't want it like super robust, but I just want it to be well organized. And I know there are a lot of areas that can be well organized, so maybe I should just try and simplify and make this like the minimum viable product. This is me talking out loud. Okay, well, I'm going to transfer this to digital and then start writing out specific things from this and see where we go. All right, y'all, we mapped out what this membership could look like. That looks really big. And then I decided to sign up for Heartbeat and started setting up the membership and watched a couple tutorials. And then now here I am feeling overwhelmed. Yay, love that for me. So I watched a couple of the tutorials and it was like, okay, wow, this platform is pretty amazing. And then I think what I ended up doing was mapping out things that like I saw in other memberships that I'm part of or other like community platforms I'm part of. And y'all, I do not have any of this yet. Like, this is a founding member launch. I don't have members yet. This is going to be like building the community and the lounge with founding members to start. So yeah, I'm overwhelmed already and I haven't even like actually started writing or building anything. I just started like organizing. And what we're going to do is simplify, make it easy for me to build and start, and then give me space to actually grow the platform organically with founding members, and also ask them like what they want, see what other people are asking for, because I cannot think about everything that people could want in the beginning because I just don't know. And as people like contribute and like we ask questions and all of that stuff, it'll grow organically. So anyways, that's like light bulb moment, because I was getting overwhelmed trying to build out this entire thing by next Monday, because I was like looking through the stuff and I was like, it's not gonna happen, y'all. Like, this is just It's not gonna happen. I wanna watch a couple more tutorials, and actually I want to simplify things. And this entire thing that I like thought of, all of that, as much as I love it, I don't think we need all of it to start. So I'm going to rejig it and reorganize so that it is easier for me to actually implement, and also create space for things to develop organically. Okay, y'all, we simplified. Look at this. I had to color code and reorganize it all because I was like, I am getting way ahead of myself. So we simplified. Not everything will exist when founding members join, but at least I have like an action plan to get stuff going when people do start joining, and then we have more content. So yay, we finished the Thrive cart and we finished the Heartbeat community more or less. The only thing I didn't get to was the launch content. So I have built out the Plans to Progress lounge. Let me just show you all what it looks like inside. I am really proud of just like this entire community. Hola! This is the Plans to Progress lounge. Really, there are going to be like 3 main parts to the lounge, which is the threads section, the courses, and then the resources. Oh, maybe 4 sections. Okay, so the threads, the courses, the resources, and then the events page. So first, this is the threads section, and this is kind of like what I imagine like the community hub will be like. This is where we will share like questions, comments, resources, experiences, stories. This is where folks can jump in and kind of just, you know, drop any like comment, or a thread is what it's called, in these spaces. So at the top here, we have the get started section, and these are just kind of like, you know, your typical onboarding and important updates and stuff. We have the lounge top 3 section. So this is going to be where folks will win either a giant, medium, or small stationary snail mail for being one of the top 3 members of the month. This, I think, is going to be kind of developed as the membership grows. And then we also have the monthly goal accountability section, which is where we will be keeping each other accountable for our goals, and they can be personal, professional, anything. And then we have the get help section. The get help section, I think, is where I think we'll be talking most of the time, where we ask questions around productivity, planning, organization, time management, mindset, and confidence, journaling, and even like just for fun stuff. So this is where folks can share like resources or ideas or even questions, and then where the community comes in and shares their own perspective. I really love that because as much as like I know about productivity and planning and goal setting, I know there are so many other ways to do things, and that's why I really wanted to create a community and like a membership space, because I know like community sharing and just learning from other people, and just like diverse people as well with different lived experiences, is just so important to kind of see how there are so many other ways to do stuff. So that's the get help section. And then in the get inspired section, this is where I curated it to be a little bit more specific towards people's goals. But in the get inspired section, I've broken it down into different topics where folks can drop in questions on a specific goal that they have. So we have like career, life admin, relationships, family, business and marketing, travel, hobbies, and all of that stuff. And I think this is going to be really fun because this is where people's like actual lived experiences will come in and really create like a rich community feel. So that's a threads section, and kind of like where it'll be moving a little bit faster because this is where people will comment and answer and all of that stuff. Then we have the courses section, which hasn't been filled in yet, but this is something that I plan on building with the founding members and asking them what they need help with. I have 3 courses that I'm planning around goal setting, time management, and then also journaling. So those will be rolling out with founding members and having them share their input and what they really want, because founding members will really shape how the community kind of like evolves. Then we have the resources section. So this is where you can find like templates, PDF files, any links to tools that we recommend or tools that other folks recommend, and then things like that. So this has to be also filled in, and I will fill this in as like, you know, more of us are sharing tools and more, there's more like general community knowledge. And then the other thing that I'm really excited about is this event section area. And this I have to link into, but this is going to be like the calendar of all of the events, whether they're online. So we have 2 main calls per month, which is the co-planning call and then the reset and review call at the end of the month. And then we'll also have a spotlight section where a guest speaker comes in to talk about something related to productivity, planning, goal setting, managing change, things like that. So I'm really excited about it. And if you want to join any of these calls, then you can save them directly to your calendar through this events tab. And also, if you can't join live, then everything will also be recorded and saved in the resources section. We don't have it right now because I don't have any saved videos, but that is what it is going to be. I'm really excited about this. I think Heartbeat looks so good. And I know this is more of like a general membership, but really I think the beauty of the Plans to Progress Lounge is like people who really want to live intentionally and they really want to integrate both like their professional goals with their personal goals because they want to show up more intentionally in life and for their relationships and just doing more things for themselves instead of always just giving their like creative juices to work. So that is the Plans to Progress Lounge. Let me unshare. Okay, so why the Plans to Progress Lounge? There are so many reasons. Really, the main one is that this program, this membership is based off of a previous program that I hosted through my marketing agency, the Quirky Pineapple Studio. That program was called Surge, and it was a planning and accountability support group for small business owners and solopreneurs and freelancers. During that program, what we did was have like monthly Q&A calls and then also monthly review and planning calls. And then in between, we would talk about things like different marketing strategies, how to sell more, how to show up online, and really setting up a marketing system that worked for each of the people involved in the program. And I think the program was like the greatest basis or foundation that I could have had to build Plans to Progress Lounge, because during the program, a lot of the people who participated in it told me that the Surge program also really helped them with their personal life and their personal goals. They had much more consistency in how they are planning, the types of goals that they want to go towards, and also keeping in mind their energy, capacity, time, and resources. And that was amazing because during the Surge program, a couple of the people who were part of it, they did things like get their citizenship, pass a language exam to get citizenship in the country that they're living in. They set up things for their community in whichever country they were living in. They worked on things like really just working through personal goals alongside the business and marketing goals. Now, Surge itself, it was mainly focused on marketing and business stuff. So we really just talked about business and marketing and then sometime occasionally commented things about our personal lives. And with all of that, after running Surge for about a year and a half, I realized, oh, this concept can be totally like reinvented to match with personal and business, especially for folks who are other business owners, who are entrepreneurial, have a creative project, or want to launch a creative project. So that's why I created Plans to Progress Lounge, mainly because I saw just how important it was to integrate like life and business. And this is coming from me, the person who had extreme burnout for 2 years and then took an adult gap year and now is trying to like figure out that balance again. And I think this is why Plans to Progress Lounge is so important, because it's really about turning all of the plans that you have, whether personal, professional, familial, relationship, random things around like exercise or I don't know, getting your driver's license like me, turning those plans into steady progress with like accountability, consistent action, and really developing systems that work for you in whichever season you are in your life. That's my spiel. That's why I created the Plans to Progress Lounge and why I'm so excited to really continue building this and really making this like the main income stream for me to have recurring revenue so that I can have financial stability, and also building out the community so that it becomes really like the hub for folks who want to show up intentionally and create steady progress towards their goals, whatever those goals are. The question is, who is the Plans to Progress Lounge for? I think it's for 3 very specific types of people. The first person is the overthinker and the overanalyzer, somebody who's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what the first step is, I'm not sure what to do, and then they just overthink. They overthink and overanalyze and are unsure what to do first. The second person is somebody who is like really good at planning already and really good at taking action when it involves their professional side, and they're looking for a way to become more intentional with their personal side of life and personal goals. And then the third person that can really benefit from Plans to Progress Lounge is the overplanner, somebody who loves planning, but taking action is where they falter, and the community space and the strategies that we will be going over in the Plans to Progress Lounge will really support you in actually taking the first step and taking action. So those are the 3 types of people. Let me know in the comments if you are one of them. If I have described you, then maybe the Plans to Progress Lounge is for you. And yeah. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes look of building out the Plans to Progress Lounge, a little bit about what this lounge is all about and why I created it. This is the first time I've ever done like a full behind the scenes type vlog. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel really awkward like filming all of these things because I'm like, what do people actually want to see? This is just me sitting on my laptop like hunkering away on my keyboard and creating graphics and plugging things in. So if you liked it, please let me know in the comments or give this video a thumbs up. And of course, if you are interested in joining the Plans to Progress Lounge, the quarterly membership to plan, review, and get accountability to make steady progress towards your goals, I am leaving a little discount for you all in the video description box. All you have to do is use that code to get a discount for either the quarterly or the annual plan, and I hope to see you inside the Plans to Progress Lounge. Really, I am just proud of myself for having the idea, like conceptualizing it, and then turning it into a reality and building something that is more aligned with the type of work that I want to do, as well as how I really enjoy showing up for my clients and my community. So yay me! All right, y'all, I will see you in the next video, and let me know if you have any questions for Plans to Progress Lounge. Again, if you want to join, check out the video description box for a little discount code, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!